Okay, so Nick Cannon and Dame Dash get a little messy on his podcast, and they bring up, not only were they going in on Jay-Z for doing a song with R. Kelly, or an album with R. Kelly in 2002, after Dame Dash had just dated Aaliyah, who was, had problems with R. Kelly and was abused by R. Kelly. But also, and he says that his morals were off and he didn't co-sign that. But he was in the Fiesta video. And I like Damon Dash. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing Damon Dash. I'm just saying this is getting a little weird because why are they doubling down on this right now? Nick Cannon brings up the Foxy rumor that has been dispelled many times, okay? And basically calling Jay-Z out for some R. Kelly-ish. Let's get in on this. This is JT, Jordan Tower with JT News. Sorry about that. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Okay, so it's getting a little messy. Nick Cannon has a podcast now. Everybody has a podcast now. If you're famous, you have a podcast, okay? Nori, everybody has a damn podcast, okay? And it's crazy, okay? Not everybody should have a podcast. There's a point where you have too much content, okay? So, Nick Cannon asks, the whole Aaliyah thing gets brought up. Dame Dash was in the Fiesta video that was for the Best of Both Worlds, where she says, I didn't co-sign that album because R. Kelly had abused my girl Aaliyah, who passed. Jay-Z, that was a friend of Aaliyah's too, and he shouldn't have done the album. You got to have morals and principles, right? So he downplays Jay-Z for doing that album and working with R. Kelly. Nick Cannon worked with R. Kelly too, a lot back then, even when these rumors were surfaced. Okay, but then they bring up, then Nick Cannon gets a little messy. He says, wasn't Jay-Z messing with Fox in like 95, 96 when she was like 15 or something? And this has been dispelled, and this was actually brought up on Jay-Z's Picasso Baby. So Damon Dash says, whoa, I can't speak on another man. You got to ask Jay-Z about that. But whoa, so what are you saying? What are you getting to at that? Well, because they work together, and there's a rumor that they did more than just work together. And Damon Dash was like, ooh, it was like, okay, it sounds chatty patty-ish, which he talks about. He talks about chatty patties all the time. But this is getting a little weird. So, and he says, well, you got to ask Jay-Z that, right? Okay, so in Picasso Baby, Jay-Z says, I never stuck my D in Fox's box, but damned if I ain't opened Pandora's box. They try to slander your man on CNN and Fox. My Miranda's don't stand a chance with the cops. Even my old fans like, old man, just stop. I could if I would, but I can't, so I'm hot. Okay, so Foxy reacted to that. She says, was shocked when Jay-Z said the line of Picasso Baby, because yes, we've talked about that. We have a history of that supersedes music. We know how this business works. We sit back, we laugh at those rumors, and we laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people began to say my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14, 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character. And that's my point. That's where I think the tears came out earlier, because it does affect people more than you think. The fact that he felt he needed to say that at some point, it was just like enough. And I understand exactly how he feels. So, it's like, it's kind of messy that they brought this up, though, at this time, because the R. Kelly documentary's out, and, Damon Dash, Nick Cannon, everybody, and not just them, everybody's taking full advantage of, this R. Kelly documentary and being a part of the news and everything, including right here, but it's just like, okay, this is getting a little too messy, and I could say that this is dangerous because Jay-Z has a lot of power, okay? A lot of money, and, things can be stopped that you don't even know that existed. Why do this to yourself? Why make things harder? There could have been opportunities on the table that you don't know were being stopped because Jay-Z wanted to stop, and that's the cool part of the music business, or just business, not just music business. Anyways, and I know people say, well, I ain't scared of no other man. Come on. You don't want to stop things from happening, ever. Why make your life more difficult? I don't know. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. And again, I have a lot of respect for Damon Dash. I mean, he paved the way for so many. And, he did the unthinkable. But this is out of character for Damon Dash, I have to say. He doesn't usually go this route with it. And I think Nick Cannon kind of roped him into something that is out of his character.